coming from Alma Ray Parco. We see you from Mark Kaba. There you go. Any questions, type it in there. And before we start, our speaker has a lot of resources in his YouTube page. I will give you 1 minute, and I know you have your phones on your side, to just grab your phone and look at YouTube and follow or subscribe to his YouTube page. That is Teacher Rampage, correct?
Rampage Math.
Rampage
2
Math.
words.
2 words. So I will look it up, and I think I'm already subscribed to that. Rampage Math. And this is how it looks. Should look like this. Why am I showing that and promoting this? He did not pay me to promote this, but this is very useful. You see, there's a lot of topics there: e-lessons, math, auto-generated, everything math is in there, and extra, like how to motivate your students, how to give the certificate, 5 rules. So a lot of that is in there, and that would be great if you can take a look at that right now. You have 30 seconds. You only have 1 minute paid advertisement. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But thank you. I see them looking at their phones, Teacher Ram. Thank you so much. And we will start in a minute. Thank you. Thank you. It looks like this if you're looking at my screen. Done subscribing, but I have turned off YouTube. It's okay. It's okay. That would be great. If you have any topics that you want Teacher Ram to show you also, make sure you comment it in there. Like, Teacher Ram showed me how to easily teach my kids how to do fraction while doing online work. So he will read that, and he's going to try his very best to make a video of that and show it to everyone.
Sure.
Especially to those who ask. All right, it looks like we already have our very first page. We have, again, these are the faces of our chat box facilitators, Miss Dara and Mr. Edward. Oh, my face is in there. I am the anchor. And we have our host, Mr. Melvin. For today's lecture, I know he asked me not to read all of his bio, but guess what? I will. I will be reading because it is worth of our time to hear how distinguished our speaker is. So, our speaker is born and raised in Mandaluyong City, Philippines. Educated in Don Bosco, Mandaluyong in elementary and high school, and Jose Rizal University for his Bachelor of Science in Education, and Master's in UP Diliman, major in Educational Technology. Kaya he's very good in his YouTube page. Kaya pala, sir. 13 years math teacher from La Salle, Green Hills, and 16 years in New York City Department of Education. Middle school coordinator, math coach, and math teacher in the Renaissance Charter School in New York City. A teacher awardee from various prestigious institutions in the U.S., including NYC Department of Education, Big Apple Awards, and New York Daily News Hometown Hero. TOFA, the Outstanding Filipino in America. I saw it when you got your award. I was there, sir. A AFTA, AFTA Association of Film Teacher of America. An education YouTuber, again with his channel, Rampage Math. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome on the topic of remote learning theories best practices. And I bet you this would be on his page on YouTube. Help me welcome Sir Ramil Buenaventura. A round of applause.
Hello, thank you everybody. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. And thank you for your patience, for waiting. And now we begin. I just want to use the whole 1 hour time, talagang direct to the point. Okay, so a while ago in the previous session, some of you were with Mr. Melvin. And from Poll Everywhere, this was the results that I saw. You know, starting the school year, nakita ko maraming worried, maraming excited. So it's both a positive and the negative. That's nice, right? but the bigger word is worried. That's fine, guys. For us, when we started here in New York, we were 3 times worried because we were only given a week to prepare. Pero sa inyo po, ilang buwan na, 2, 3 months, I don't know, 2 months probably, your preparation talaga, and you learned from people who really had an experience already. Kami, you know what, for teachers, hindi naman tinuturo to sa di ba? Sa education classes natin, no. But we just dived into it, all right? You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Good.
So let's now move on. So the PD outlined 3 basic topics lang po. Basic learning theories, and then a demo. I will show you how I will teach a specific math topic using all the modalities, and then some more tips. Tatlo lang, 3 major categories. Let me start with the basic learning theories, okay? So, can you type in your chat room that during these pandemic times, which learning theory should be our priority? Is it Maslow's or Bloom's? Okay lang kung nakalimutan nyo sino sila. But I want to see in the chat room, who should we prioritize? Maslow or Bloom? I see people typing Bloom's, yes. Maslow, yung iba, malay ko ba sino yan? Nakalimutan ko na yan. Anyway, mag-type na lang nga ako. O sige, para hindi halatang di ko alam. Okay lang. Nakalimutan ko nga dati sino si Maslow. It's okay. All right, thank you. I got the idea now. So, different people would say, let's prioritize Maslow. Different people would say, no, it should be Bloom. Okay, so let's recall now who these people are. Okay, pwede na po. Stop typing, stop chatting. Pay attention na po. So, we remember Abraham Maslow, the father of humanistic psychology. Yung mga needs, hierarchy of needs, di ba? Pareho silang may triangles. So, the other one is Bloom. Ito yung laging dinidiin ng ating mga coordinator. Yan, yung taxonomy, Bloom's taxonomy. Kailangan nandun lagi sa taas. Yun ang gusto nila, di ba? Alright, so let's move on. So, actually, they use triangles to present their views. We remember that. Kay Maslow, it's the psychological needs, safety needs. Naalala niyo yan? Inaral pa natin nung college yan. Especially now, guys, during pandemic times. A lot of these kids are, they're insecure. They don't know what to do. The parents are at a loss. They don't have a job. Nobody's taking care of the kids at home. Maraming problema. Safety. Paano ba? Ang health. Ang daming problema. And then the other one is Bloom taxonomy. Ito yung pressure from our administrators. Kailangan hindi lang remember, kailangan nag-analyze mga estudyante nyo. So it should be a balance now. Nung bago ang pandemic, kailangan Maslow muna. Pero habang gumagaling ka na nase-secure na yung mga bata, they feel safe in your room, they feel safe in your remote classroom, then only then we can move on to apply what Bloom wants us to do. Okay? Basic theories lang yan, review, ha? Are we okay so far? All right. And we talk about educational equity. We always hear that equity, a measure of achievement, fairness, and opportunity in education. Hindi po equality, equity. And what is that? So, when we talk about equity, is there fairness? Fair ba ang pagtuturo natin? Fair ba yan dun sa mga may computer? Fair ba yan dun sa mga walang computer? Fair ba yan sa mga taga-probinsya? Fair ba yan taga-bundok? Fair ba yan sa private, sa public? Okay? Inclusion. Do we consider the special needs students? Their location? Yung mga walang internet? So, equity is important. An example of this is equality on the left side, equity on the right side. Okay, sinabi ng gobyerno, equality, lahat kayo may ayuda ng 1,500. Ayuda, kahit sino ka, mayaman, mahirap. Pantay-pantay nga, no? Para walang angal. But in reality, we know there should be equity. What is equity? Itong taong to mayaman na, bibigyan pa ba ikaw? Hindi na. You have all the opportunities already. But this kid sa dulo, to the right, may kakulangan siya. So, that means he needs more resources. So think about that. In our education right now, we are preparing this August opening. Equity ba ang ginagawa natin or equality lang pantay-pantay? But if you realize, I think we're more towards the equity. Our educational leaders are conscious of this. Kaya nga may modalities, right? Let's review those. O pagkakapantay-pantay, ito naman isa ay katarungan. So, ang kailangan natin ngayon ay katarungan. Okay? In our math teaching, dapat may katarungan. And learning continuity is basically, kahit may pandemic, kahit may sakunang nangyayari, patuloy pa rin mag-aaral ang mga schools. Yes, the schools are closed, but teaching continues. Teaching will never stop. Learning should never stop. Okay, there are many considerations for that. Okay, basic terms. Okay, bilisan lang natin to because I'm more of the practical things. Synchronous, in Tagalog, sabay-sabay mag-aaral. Sabay-aral. Ako, ngayon, nagsisynchronous tayo, di ba? Asynchronous, KKK, kanya-kanyang kayod na yan. Sige, mag-aral na kayo. Ayun ang website, binigay ko. Panuorin nyo na yung website ni Mr. Rampage Math. Panuorin mo tong website na yan. Kanya-kanya na yan. Hybrid, mix-mix lang yan. Halo-halo special. Remote learning portal, yan ang pintuan ng karunungan. Dito tayo magtatakbo. Ito yung online na portal natin. Ito yung Google Classroom. Dito naka-organize lahat, di ba? Portal, pintuan, video conferencing application. Nag-zoom tayo, nag-meet tayo, di ba? Kahit anong video conference, kahit sa Facebook yan, kahit FaceTime. That's still a video conferencing application. Automated assessment. Ito, if you attended Mr. Melvin's presentation a while ago, that's the Kahoot, that's the quizzes. Aba, pinapadali ang buhay natin, di ba? Nag-check na mag-isa, re-record mo na lang. Learning management system is an all-around software, at sometimes may bayad, sometimes may libre. Okay? So, basic terms. Now, realities in online learning. Not every home has internet at home. Alam niyo yan? Dito nga sa Amerika, kulang na ang mga computer at internet, umaangal sila. Mas lalo pa sa Pilipinas. Hindi lang kayo. Tandaan nyo, hindi kayo nag-iisa. What else? Younger children require lots of adult supervision. So, the younger ones, buti kung middle school to high school, kaya yan. Pero the little ones, ang attention span niya, sandali lang, paano masusustain yan, sinong magbabantay sa likod niyan, gumagawa ba talaga yan? So, that's a challenge for you. Okay? Great teachers lack expertise in creating online lesson. Yung mga batikang teacher nyo sa school dati, tignan natin ngayon kung kaya nila. Yung iba kaya, pero yung iba will struggle. They will struggle. They need help. So probably the younger ones na mas sanay sa technology, feel free to support the others who are not used to technology. Students with special needs can be the hardest to teach virtually. Especially, here in the States, kahit yung special child, dapat nga may double time siya, dapat may nag-a-assist sa kanya. Paano mo ibibigay yung mga needs na? That's a challenge and that's a reality. Schools provide more than academics. So it's not just Bloom, remember the Maslow's, okay? So yung need na yan, needs, remember that. Okay, now, if you assume na everything will be smooth, think twice. Akala mo yung bata, sinusundan lahat ng sinasabi mo, nag-aaral ba siya, nanonood ng video, nag-zoom sa'yo, nagsusulat ng homework, akala mo yung reality? No. That's your expectation on the left side. But in reality, look at this. Yung iba, ini-skipan na lahat yan. Naku, isubmit ko na lang nga kay teacher na to. Ito yung module na dapat kong sagutin. Sige, hula-hula na lang. A, B, B, A, B, B. Submit. Tapos na. See? Pinadadali rin nila ang buhay nila. So, do not expect a reality which is, a bed of roses. No, although may tinik yun, talagang may tinik. Humanda po tayo. Okay? Now, Philippine setting, a quick review. Alam nyo na yung face-to-face. I heard from the news na Duterte approved ang face-to-face. Face-to-face will happen, but on a later months. So, kung walang face-to-face, so we will do the blended learning. Okay, blended, it's either online, nagmo-module, radyo, TV. Okay, alam niyo na yan, di ba? Pero kung talagang naka-ECQ kayo, talagang distance. Walang face-to-face. Everything is away from each other. Okay? And homeschooling, it's possible for both scenarios. And homeschool, ini-enroll mo yan, mga sanay na yan, ginagawa na nila yan dati pa. Okay, ito na tayo. Teaching demo tayo ngayon so those are the theories that you should have in your own mind. So when you teach, kailangan yung equity na yan, yung emotion, dapat yung may challenging pa rin yung ginagawa ko, the different modalities, nasa utak mo na yan. Para pag nagtuturo ka, ready ka na. Okay? So let's go over this link. I have a link which we could watch for a while. Let me click on this. Hold on. All right, let me stop share first and then show this quick video.
Very interesting topic, Sir Ram. Look at them. They're really putting their eyes on the computer. Nobody's standing up. That's good. Thank you. So there you go.
Okay, hold on.
We could not hear it.
I'll repeat it.
Very good. Good.
Yes, correct, Shirab.
Using wooden yardsticks, cereal boxes, his cell phone, and a laptop, Philam teacher Ram Buenaventura live streams his math classes to his students while in the safety of their own homes amid the coronavirus pandemic. From Monday to Friday between 8:30 a.m. to 3:10 p.m., seventh graders from the Renaissance Charter School in Queens log onto their e-learning school via a teleconferencing app called Zoom. And that's where Buenaventura continues to do what he does best, teach. Buenaventura said the closure of schools across the nation should not stop students from learning and teachers from teaching.
We had a training for maybe about a week, over 3 days plus weekend. Teachers were asked to go over Zoom, find all available electronic resources.
Teacher Ram, as his students fondly call him, also teaches math via his YouTube vlogs.
I present it in a lively, in a creative, in a different ways.
I think this will become like a regular educational system. The world is advancing.
But this seventh grader said there are some challenges to learning from home.
Are you able to focus in your classes?
Yes, I am able to focus. Except like sometimes my friends, like I get distracted and by my phone.
Buenaventura said these learning challenges are just like any math problems he teaches his students. There are ways to solve them.
Some students, some households don't have laptops, or they may not have enough laptops, so the school provided for them.
Another challenge for Buenaventura, instead of teaching two batches of math classes with 30 students each, the classes were merged into one big class.
In a class of 60 students, chatting, talking to you at the same time while you're teaching, that's so difficult, but I learned how to mute everybody in Zoom.
And while the world copes with a new reality brought about by the coronavirus pandemic, Buenaventura is confident people, even kids, will stay resilient and adapt to changes the best way they can. Don Tagala, ABS-CBN News, New York.
Let's give it a hand for Teacher Ram. Look at that. Napakasikat po ng ating speaker today. So, yan, one of the best yan dito sa New York. You can go ahead. Thank you so much. Nasa TV, guys. Nasa TV.
Okay, yep.
Balitang Amerika.
That was at the peak of the coronavirus dito sa New York. Okay, so
One thing I've learned,
okay, stop
being a professional hacker at the CIA for 8.
All right. Okay, let me continue now. Screen share my PowerPoint. Okay, there we go. We finished on this. Okay, now. So, ito na yung main topic natin. I want to model, paano ba? Kasi, we all are math teachers, and paano ba talaga? Sisimulan ko na. Okay, I will model to you a sample lesson using a document camera. Ito po yung document camera. Okay, and then, using an Edgenuity, I'll show you how it is, and then using a YouTube video, and then a low-tech. Okay, pag wala akong mga high-tech, paano? Makakaturo pa rin ba ako? Yes. Alright? Ito po yung document camera. Ang document camera po ay kinakabit ito sa ating laptop, and then parang camera, yung anong nakikita niya, maiproproject natin sa Zoom. Okay? And I will model it now. So let me stop the screen share. Okay, so ikakabit ko muna po itong document camera natin. And I will model a lesson bibilisan natin kasi yung different modes, I will try to go over the different modes. I'll put on my microphone
so you could hear me better. Okay? So, ganyan lang yun. Sa Zoom, screen share ko. Tapos, instead na sa basic, sa advanced, sa Zoom nakalagay content from second camera. So, kakabit na yan yung second camera. So, my camera should be there. Alright, so you could see this portion now. Alright, ayan na yung kamay ko, nakikita nyo na. So, ito na yung sa desk ko na yan. Kung ano yung pinapakita ko sa desk, yan na yung makikita nila, no? So, let me move this. Alright, so our lesson, imagine you're my students now. Okay? You're my students, sumanda kayo, may tatanungin ako, ha?
Uh-oh.
Okay, let me get my props. So, you good with the document camera, you know, you could do your manipulatives. So, tuloy pa rin parang classroom. Okay, yung mga manipulatives nyo, magagamit nyo pa rin. Okay? So, let me get a pen. So,
Sir, meron po ba daw yan sa Lazada at Shopee, yung document camera?
hahanapin natin mamaya, ha? Okay, so I'm a teacher. Okay, good morning, class. How are you doing? So, I will model to you how we gonna derive the formula for the area of a parallelogram. Logram. See? Real time. Ito po ay synchronous at nakikita ng bata kung anong sinusulat mo. So, let me show to you, class. Remember, we studied the rectangle first? Rectangle. Okay? Can people please type in the chat room what is the area of the rectangle?
There you go, area of the
Pakibasa na
rectangle.
lang mga ano, ha? I cannot read their chat eh. Pakisulat.
Yes.
Class, what is the...
Rectangle, length times width.
Can you write? Okay. You see length times width. Okay. So, ayan, di ba? I'm asking them now. I'm using the chat room as a tool to check if they are really listening. Minsan nga, pag binabasa ko yung chat room, oh, okay, very good. Ganon. The first one to answer is Michelle. Sasabihin ko. Sumunod si Mariel. Sasabihin ko, oh, Mylene, medyo sablay. Lagyan mo lang ng unit. Ganon. So, if they're getting it right, you can make a comment. Nakikita mo sa chat room. So, tuloy na ako. Magtuturo na ako. Okay, class, that's a rectangle. And we said before that area is base times height. Actually, the word we use is height, but we know it could be altitude, right? Now, everybody, since we know that's the rectangle, we now move on to a parallelogram, okay? A parallelogram, we learned this before, remember? Okay, so now, to get the area of a parallelogram, check this out. I will cut this portion. See, I'm doing my manipulatives in front of the class. If you're doing algebra, you're doing blocks, pwede po yan. Then I move it here. The parallelogram, if I slide this one, it goes over there. Guess what? It became back to a what? Type it, rectangle. Awesome. So now it's back to a rectangle. Therefore, the base is still there and the height will be the 90-degree height. So therefore, my former formula can still be used as A equals B times height. All right? So guys, copy that. Copy this in your notes. That's the formula of a parallelogram. Isulat nyo na sa notes nyo. Okay, next. Are we ready for some practices? Okay, so at this point, meron na akong worksheet. Ayan, yung sa worksheet, papakita ko na number 1, number 2, and then the rest, they're on their own. Okay, klaro po yan. Ito, pinapakita ko ang synchronous. May internet sila, nakikita nila, napapanood nila lahat. Alright. Let me close that. O, ibang style naman. Let me stop share. Tapos na tayo doon sa camera na yan. Okay. Let's try another way. Another way. Go back to my PowerPoint. Ayan, napakita na natin with the document camera. Ngayon naman, Mr. Ram, wala akong document camera na yan. Mahal yan. Okay, ito po yung hack. Pag papanoorin nyo yung aking YouTube page, papakita ko paano to. O di ganito po, nag-zoom tayo in a laptop. Ang gagawin ko, kukunin ko yung isang cellphone ko, magzo-zoom din ako dito. Kukunin ko yung link, kaya ipapasok ko. So, dalawa na. As a teacher, nagzo-zoom ako sa computer, nagzo-zoom din ako dito sa laptop. Ay sa may cellphone. Tignan nyo to. Yung cellphone ko, nilagay ko sa meter stick, nakapatong na ganyan. Nakita niyo yung drawing ko? Okay? Kaya kung ano yung lumalabas na sinusulat ko, makikita rin ng estudyante yan sa Zoom. Anong gagawin ko dun sa maliit na screen? Yung maliit na screen, iaano mo lang yan. Spotlight video. I-spotlight. Kaya habang nag-explain ako, nakikita pa rin nila. See? You don't need to buy the high-tech. Pwede nyo, if you watch my YouTube, I'll show you the steps in doing that. Okay? Klaro po? So, that's number 2. Okay, next, let's move on. Oh, I have a sample video of that pala, no? Okay, let's watch this.
A scale drawing of a rectangular blacktop is 21 inches by 12 feet. The actual blacktop is 126 feet by 72 inches. The scale used for the drawing.
All right, do you want to help me analyze this?
Sure. Number 3.
So there's a rectangular blacktop. This blacktop, whatever that is. So, which is here? How would you know which is the drawing and which is the real?
The real is.
So let me pause it. Just to give you an overview. See,
This is the
pwede
real.
pa rin,
What's this?
pwede pa rin
This
let's
is the
tapos na tayo
scale
dyan. It's still talking.
That's like the
drawing. Yeah, okay, the drawing, the real. Okay, so
All right, let me stop that first. Okay, now. So I showed you two way, yung merong projector. Pangalawa, using your cell phone. Nag-explain din kayo, pwede rin yon. Okay, let's now move on to the third way. Third way. Let me open my PowerPoint first. Okay, so the third way, get ready. Now, I just recorded this today kasi nagsa-summer school po ako. So, ang third way naman, merong dito kami sa school namin kasi binibigyan kami ng mga websites na binabayaran ng school na self-learning. Students can learn on their own just by through this website. Have you heard of Khan Academy? This is similar to Khan Academy. Kaya lang po ito, binayaran ng school. So, its name is Edgenuity. Edgenuity. So, I'll show you a video of me teaching kanina. Paano po ito?
So now we're gonna study the area of a triangle. Let me play the video of Edgenuity.
Hello, and welcome to the lesson about area of triangles. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to answer the question, how do you find the area of a triangle? Let's get started.
John Joe, what area did we study yesterday? Area of a?
Parallelogram.
Yes, we did parallelogram yesterday. We now move on. Okay, this is just the warm-up.
Let's look at our lesson goals. The main goal of this lesson is to examine the area of triangles. Now you'll be able to do this by first deriving the formula for the area of a triangle, next using a formula to find the area of a triangle, and last, solving real-world problems involving the area of triangles. Let's look at our words to know. These are the words that we will explore in this lesson. The words are area, base, height, and right triangle.
All right, so I just give you an overview of that. Okay, so what's happening? So they're watching that video kasi that software or that website already has practices, okay? And it already has quiz. Actually, dapat independent work lang yan. Pero ang ginagawa ko, we're learning it together. See? Yung Khan Academy, pwede nyo gamitin yon. I-on nyo yung Khan Academy, habang pinapanood nyo, pinopost nyo. Tapos, pagka-post nyo, dun ka magdadagdag ng mga, more inputs. If it's spoken in English, okay lang Tagalogin mo, Bisayain mo, para mas lalo nilang maintindihan. So, that's a third way. You're playing a regular website meant for self-learning, pero sabay niyong pinapanood. At this point, you are teaching the students how to learn. Okay? Teaching them how to learn, and that's a very valuable skill that they need to learn. Okay? So, mayan. Okay. That's using the self-learning website. Now, ito naman. This one's example is, since ako po, meron na akong mga YouTube videos. It only started nung nag-start na tong COVID. Dinamihan ko na. In the past, I made some videos, pero because of the COVID pandemic, dinagdagan ko yung mga video. Ni-record ko po ang sarili kong nagtuturo. And then, anong ginagawa ko? I'll just show you the picture here. So, tulad nung kanina, I'm in Zoom, and then, a class, we will watch this video. Plinay ko lang po yung YouTube video ko. Okay? So, alam nyo, papadali ng buhay yan. Biro mo, hindi mauubos ang boses mo. Eh kung ang dami mong tuturuan, ulit-ulitin mo pa ba yan? Di ba? Kung meron akong mga manipulatives, will I do that for the 5 classes? No. If I recorded it, I'll just play it to them. And then, ano gagawin ko? Pause ulit. Pause. Pause. Dagdag ulit. Input. Dagdag input. Okay? That's another way to teach math using your own video. That's why at this point, I encourage you to record. I-record nyo na po yung videos nyo. Hindi kailangang high-tech. Papakita ko sa inyo, kahit low-tech, pwede na po. Alright. So, ito naman ay ang, Ram, wala ako yung, yung ginawa pinaggagawa mo. Wala akong computer. Wala ako ng projector. Yung cellphone, nahirapan ako. Okay? So, ito naman. Iba naman to. You're using a whiteboard. Siguro naman, may whiteboard kayo dyan. Or a chalkboard. Kahit nasa likod mo, nandiyan, magsusulat ka na. I'll show you now this. Paano kung nagtuturo ako, hawak ko yung whiteboard.
Okay, so hello guys. So now I will model to you paano ba gawin ang area ng parallelogram. Ito yung aking whiteboard ha. Kayo. So, natutunan natin dati. Ayan. Natutunan natin dati na ang rectangle, ayan ang rectangle, yan. Ang area ay base times height. Dito nga, ang area ay base, correct, times ano? Height. May BH. Yan. So, natutunan natin yan. Ngayon, ang pag-aaralan natin ngayon ay ang parallelogram. Parallelogram. Okay, paano naman yung parallelogram? Alam yung parallelogram, parang rectangle lang yan na tumabingi. Pero ano yung condition natin dati? Ang parallelogram dapat ang opposite sides ay parallel. Itong dalawa ay parallel. Ano pa? Congruent yung opposite sides na yan. Ulitin nyo, ano yan? Ang opposite sides ay parallel and C, congruent. Okay. Both pairs. Okay. Alala natin yan. Now, i-label natin ulit. Ito ay merong base at meron din itong height. But take note, ang ating height ay dapat 90 degrees. Ang height ay 90 degrees. Hindi yung nakatabingi. Ito yung height, pataas 90 degrees. Ngayon, paano natin makukuha ang area niyan? Ilang square units yan? Pero, paano ka na makakuha ng square sa mga gilid-gilid na yan? You cannot count an exact number of squares. So, what do I do? Check this out. Itong portion na to na may triangle, ito, yan. I'll put okay. I-move ko ito dito. I slide to the right. Okay? I-slide ko sa right. So, napunta doon. So, pag inurong ko yan doon, ano na magiging itsura ng aking rectangle? So, magiging flat na yan, nawala na yan. Ito naging ganyan. Tapos, imbes na may patusok na ganyan, nabuo na siya. Tingnan nyo. Aba, bumalik uli sa rectangle. So, ano yan? So, ang haba nito, since yung part na yan, napunta rin sa kabila, so, pareho lang yun. Nilipat mo lang doon. Pareho lang, base pa rin yan. Tapos, yung itong pataas na to, that is still the height. So, how do we get the area now? Na-transform mo lang itong ating parallelogram into a rectangle, but the areas are the same. Pareho lang ang lawak sa loob. So, again, the area is still base times, or just simply write BH. base times height. Say that again. The area is base times height. Good job.
Alright, so nakita nyo, when I explain it, hindi high-tech, di ba? Whiteboard lang. Kung may chalkboard ka, pwede na yon. Tapos, and when I explain it, parang kinakausap mo pa rin yung mga estudyante. Kunyari, nire-record ko yan. Either live o ni-record ko, tumingin ka sa camera. Dapat confident ka. Tumingin ka, kausapin mo sila, huwag ka mahiya sa boses mo. Yung iba sa inyo, ay, ayoko ng boses ko boses ipis. Okay lang. Ang mga estudyante, hindi naman umaangal yan. Sanay na sa boses ipis yan. Ganyan din ako nung bago ko. Nakakailang yung boses ko pag nire-record. Now, tignan nyo, yan ay pag-present ng lesson. Ngayon, paano naman pag may mga work, seat work, dapat nilang gawin? So, pwede pa rin. Okay, this is another one. Let me play this.
Okay, so now let's practice what we learned. Oh, get your modules. The module, this is the math module, page 5, pahina 5. Yung numbers 1 to 10 ang gagamitin natin. Hanapin nyo, open nyo. Page 5, 1 to 10. Okay, salamat. Okay, now, nabuksan.
So nakita nyo, ini-imagine kong may kausap akong estudyante. As I said, pwedeng synchronous to, pwedeng asynchronous. Okay? Ini-imagine ko may estudyante at kailangan dito pareho ang material natin. Okay? Ang librong module na hawak ko, kapareho ng module mo. Hindi pwedeng magkaiba. Alright.
Nyo na, ang unang problem looks like this. Okay, it looks like that. Okay, nakita nyo? What figure is this? It's a correct parallelogram. So ano ang base?
Oh, by the way, this method, okay, sorry. This method is using paper pala. Paper. Nakalimutan ko sabihin, introduction. Kanina, you're using a whiteboard or a chalkboard. Ngayon, paper. Ngayon, mahirap papel di ba? So, ang style sa papel, may pre-answers na. Huwag mong sasagutin on the spot. May sagot ka na i-reveal mo lang slowly by slowly. So I'm showing it to you now. Papel method.
Okay, so now let's practice what we learned. Oh, get your modules. The module, this is the math module, page 5, pahina 5. Yung numbers 1 to 10 ang gagamitin natin. Hanapin nyo, open nyo. Page 5, 1 to 10. Okay, salamat. Okay, now, nabuksan nyo na. Ang unang problem looks like this. Okay, it looks like that. Okay, nakita nyo? What figure is this? It's a correct parallelogram. So ano ang base? Ano ang base? The base is correct 12 and the height is yung pataas 8 centimeters. Okay, so alam niyo na yung base and height. So nilagay natin ang formula base times height or BH. Plug it in. Ang base dapat sinusulat yan ang formula kahit memoryado nyo. Isulat nyo dahil ito po ang iyong magiging guide. So, kailangan tumutugma. Ang base ay ang 12, ang height ay ang 8. And then, you could multiply mentally or get a calculator, 96 square centimeters. So, ang area natin ay 96 square centimeters. That means yan ang lawak, gaano kalaki ang space sa loob ng parallelogram. Okay, ngayon, yung next problem natin, tingnan nyo to. Okay? Ngayon, tignan nyo, ano ang nakakalito dyan? Tignan nyo muna. Okay, ano ang base? Ano ang height? Oh, bakit 3 ang numero? Bakit 3? Ano ang gagamitin kong tunay na height? Okay, pag-isipan. Okay, sulat ko na ang sagot.
And then, if you're using synchronous, pwede mo sa chatroom. O, isulat nyo nga, ano ang base sa chatroom? So, type sila. Ano ang height sa chatroom? So, type sila. O, yan ay synchronous. Pag asynchronous, sila na to on their own. At sinasagot nila according to their page, right? Sa page ng kanilang module.
Area is equal to base times height. Ano ang base? Everybody say what the base is. The base is yung nasa B, baba. Nasa baba. Nasa bottom. Okay, so ang base ay 4. So I wrote 4. But guess what? Anong height ang gagamitin ko? Yung 10 o yung 12? Okay? Who says 10? Taas ang kamay. Think again. Who says 12? Okay, think again. Remember, ang sabi natin, ang height ay dapat 90 degrees. Okay? Pag nakita niyo yung figure na yan, 90 degrees yan. So, ito ang gagamitin ko, hindi itong 12. So, 12 is an extra information. So, you have to check. Be critical. Which information will help me solve the problem? So that 10 will be my height. So now I know the base and the height. Simply multiply them. So 4 times 10 is, okay, correct, 40 cm squared. So that's my area. So today we did questions 1 to 2. O yung module na yan, it goes up to 10. Work on numbers 3 to 10. Sagutin nyo, and then take a picture of it, tapos ipadadala nyo sa akin. Either sa text, sa email, o sa Facebook group natin. Ayos? Sige, gagawin nyo yon. Pakita nyo yung solution. Kailangan maayos lahat at nakalabel ang final answer. Klaro? Thumbs up. Thumbs up kung naiintindihan. Ayos. Okay.
Okay, so that's it. So, pinakita ko na sa inyo paano yung mga synchronous, no? Lahat 'yan, nagtuturo ka, papel, whiteboard, high-tech, be creative. Okay, paano naman ngayon kung asynchronous? Yung asynchronous, ano ba sabi natin sa asynchronous? On their own, walang internet sa bahay, no? So, hindi kayo nagkikita ng face-to-face ng ganito. So, number 1 is, material number 1 are everything, lahat ng sinabi ko kanina, pero naka-record. I-video mo yon. Either you use the document camera, you use the whiteboard, the papel style, anything, just record it. And then i-store mo digitally. Post mo sa YouTube. This is your chance to have a YouTube channel. Don't be ashamed. Yung iba, yumayaman nga dahil lang dyan. Ako, wala pa ako sa level na yun. Yung iba, yung po yung mga artistang nawalan ng trabaho, sa ABS-CBN, makikita nyo may mga YouTube channel na. Pero huwag nyo isipin yung mga ganon. Isipin nyo yung makaka-reach out kayo sa estudyante nyo. At hindi lang yan, yung mga iba, madidiscover pa yung YouTube video nyo, pwede rin nilang gamitin. Kung kayo ay nasa isang grade level, 5 kayong math teachers, magtoka-toka kayo. O ikaw yung sa lesson 1, sa'yo yung lesson 2, sa'yo yung lesson 3. So, ang ganda, di ba? Tulungan. Okay, so post nyo sa YouTube, sa Facebook rin, pwede ka gumawa ng Facebook page na lahat ng lesson mo nandun. Alam nyo naman, sa Pilipinas, kahit sino may Facebook, okay? Kahit naghihikahos na yung pamilya, may Facebook si nanay sa kanyang cellphone. Okay, next. Save nyo sa school websites nyo kung pwedeng save doon. Ano pa? Save nyo sa Google Drive. Yung Google Drive, libre ho, mag-store dyan. Ibibigay mo yung link, mapapanood na ng bata on his own or her own. Ano pa? Yung mga available na libreng websites. Yung Edgenuity, yung pinakita ko kanina, may bayad po yon. Now, you can use Khan Academy. It's free. There are a lot of awesome math videos in Khan Academy. So this is asynchronous and their own, pero online sila. Asynchronous pero online. Okay? Kasi po, like for example, when I teach for 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, nagsisynchronous lang ako niyan 3 days. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay? Pero yung Tuesday and Thursday, asynchronous sila. On their own sila mag-aaral. Okay? So basta ini-email ko lang sa kanila ano yung gagawin nila. Panoorin niyo yung website, So that is asynchronous learning na may internet. Okay? Let's move on. So this is po ako, no? Asynchronous online material. So that's me recording myself. Yung mga may PowerPoint, siya nga pala, teachers who already made PowerPoint in the past, i-play nyo lang sa TV nyo, connect nyo yung computer nyo sa TV nyo, tapos i-record nyo sa cellphone nyo, video na yun, di ba? O, tanyo kung anong meron kayo. Yung mga visual aids na ginamit nyo dati, alam ko, mga teachers yan, tinatago nyo yung mga visual aids nyo kahit 3 years ago, di ba? Nasa Manila paper, halukayin nyo. Okay? Takpan nyo lang yung mga sagot, i-reveal ninyo, i-video nyo lang sarili nyo, nagtuturo kayo. Pwede na yon. Okay? Next. Ano pa? I wrote some stuff here about how to record yourself. Use a good cell phone, good lighting, landscape po ha, pag ganito ang mag-record, hindi yung patayo, pahiga, huwag patayo. And then, clear audio. Kailangan malinaw ang pagsalita, walang maingay na tricycle sa likod or something like that. As I said, don't be shy. Just, parang classroom lang. Isipin nyo, nasa classroom kayo. Okay, magaling naman tayo dyan eh. Teachers are actors. And then, dialogue with your viewers. Like me, nakikipag-usap ko sa inyo. Okay? Mukha kong gago dito, nagsasalita sa sala, pero kayo ang iniisip ko.
And then what else? Ask questions. While I'm teaching, nakita nyo kanina, I model it to you. I ask questions. I throw the questions to my students. Imagine they are there. Repetition helps. You know, when I had definition, I said, what is the base? Everybody say base. Everybody say the formula. And hindi nyo lang alam, pag sinabi mo yon, sumasagot ang mga bata. And you know, if there is repetition, it easily sticks in the brain. Then, you know, just like a regular lesson plan, kung sa video mo, bigay mo yung objectives mo, and at the end, you generalize. So, ganyan po, pag-record, para kung papanuorin nila with or without you, madaling intindihin. Okay? Asynchronous na non-online learning. Okay, ito na yung kanya-kanya na sila. Wala silang internet. Paano yan? Ang pwede yan, lahat ng materials na lahat ng sinabi ko kanina, kung video yan, okay, anong pwede? How do I record? I-record mo pala yung mga video mo through a cell phone recording. Ang Zoom po, pwede ka mag-record habang nagle-lecture ka sa Zoom. Press mo yung record, nire-record niya lahat ng kaganapang lumalabas sa screen. Sa Google rin yata, pati sa Microsoft Teams. Screencastify, narinig nyo na yan, i-google nyo lang yan, Screencastify. Kung may Chrome ka o Microsoft, it can record anything in your laptop. Tapos QuickTime Player, anything in your laptop. Lumalabas sa laptop mo, nire-record niya. So yan ang possible ways na mare-record mo yan. And PowerPoint, in making PowerPoint, alam nyo, di ba, nakikita nyo yan? Nagpa-PowerPoint, yung mukha mo nasa gilid. Habang ino-on mo yung PowerPoint mo, andun yung mukha mo nag-explain. So, these are all options. Why? Because you want it recorded. Okay, what is this? You know, I will skip this one. In my YouTube page, papakita ko sa inyo kung paano mag-lesson plan during remote learning. And dual po ito. The lesson plan is also a student guide. Kaya pag nakuha na ng bata yan, sa Monday ito gagawin ko, sa Tuesday ito gagawin ko, andun na lahat ng link, andun na lahat ng homework, exercise, anything about math, they'll see it there. Okay? So ito, just go through the website. Okay, next. Plan for a week yan. I'll skip that. Okay, hybrid. Paano naman pag hybrid na? Mix of modules. Ito na. Mix of modules. Because I know, in reality, di ba, we're always talking about online learning here, pero in real life, ilang percent lang gagamit ng online na yan. Okay, now, be sure you're using the actual book and modules. Student and the teacher's copy are the same. I guess, sa inyo, di ba, minsan, some of the teachers kayo gumagawa ng module nyo, tama po ba? O binigay na lang sa inyo ng mga nasa taas at ito ang gagamitin mo. Case-to-case basis. Some of you are revising it. Okay, if you are revising it, remember the following. So, pag may module sila, you can use it online and offline. Di ba kanina pinakita ko, class, ito na yung module natin, nasa page 5 na tayo. Ito yung exercise number 1, di ba? Pwede rin offline. On their own lang sila mag-aaral. Yan ang maganda sa module, no? And then, next slide for more. Okay, let's start with modular and teaching and learning, math. Okay, I will, these are just points. You know, my experience with modules is when I was a teacher, anong year ba yun? 1991, 90s pa yon sa Lasal Green Hills. Ang mga aklat namin ay modules. Kaya kahit absent yung bata, sinusundan niya lang ang module, kaya niyang matuto on his own. Okay, number 1, points about module making. Okay, dapat may hard copy at soft copy kayo. Di ba? As I said, some of you, I guess, are the ones making it. So you had your digital copy and may actual copy. Ang format niya ba ay PDF? Yung PDF hindi mababago, di ba? Kung Word, pwede pang baguhin. Paano ba i-distribute yan? Magbibigay ba ng USB sa kada estudyante? O kayo mag-preprint? Department of Ed mag-preprint at iaabot sa mga estudyante? That printing, ano pa? I-mail ba yan? Dapat ngayon palang mini-mail na, di ba? Kung matagal ang mail sa Philippines. Na-review mo na ba yung mga module na yan? Kung ikaw ang hindi gumawa niyan, ikaw mismo dapat nabasa mo na-try mo na sagutin yung iba. Paano ba ito na-organize? Andun ba yung mga objectives sa simula? May room pa yan sa accommodation. Paano pag hindi maintindihan? Ano ang plan B mo? Okay? So those are points for modules. Columns and standards and skills. Okay, so may columns na yan, naka-organize yung front pages niya from and the dates, okay? Dates, may schedule na ba? From this day to that date, lesson 1 ba? This day to that date, is it lesson 2? Are you noting if they can use a calculator, a ruler or a protractor? Paano ite-test? Andun na ba yung test? Nakakalakip na ba yung test o ibang libro pa yung test? Okay? Those are the things you need to keep in mind. Okay, ano pa? How are the lesson presented? Okay? Are the examples enough? O kulang ang examples mo? Malinaw ba yung examples mo? May mga cross-reference ba to sa textbook? Nasa isang packet ba yan? Pag binigay, kompleto na. Do you have a listing of emails of your parents? Kailangan mo yung email nila. And then how will they take the test? Do you have a strategy on how the students will take the test? Okay? Dapat may plan ka na rin yan. Okay, next. Radio. Ewan ko, bago to eh. Matututo ka using a radio or a TV. So, I heard this from the Philippines. Okay, ano ba to? Let's start with all previous methods. Lahat ng tinuro ko sa inyo kanina, pwede yung pang TV at radyo, di ba? Kung audio lang yon, so pang radyo na yon. Paano nila mapapakinggan yan? Audio maybe, nasa USB, ibigay mo yung USB ng audio, pakinggan nila. Nasa tape sa cassette, uso pa ba cassette? Siguro sa probinsya, ire-record mo sa cassette. Email ba yan o ite-text mo sa parents? Nasa loudspeaker ka ba sa barangay na nagtuturo? O, audio pa rin yan, learning through audio. Ibro-broadcast ba yan sa barangay hall o sa local radio channel? Those are the things that you should, bear in mind. And lahat ng ginawa natin, i-record mo lang as an audio, it could be a learning material. Note, students and teachers should have the same material. That's the essence. Okay? Radio, TV. Kunyari, TV naman siya. Alam mo na ba anong stasyon? May schedule na ba yan? May listahan na ba ng schedule yung mga bata? Na-preview mo na ba yan? Okay? Okay, accountability. Ito, this is a good accountability. If they're watching TV or radio, siguro, just write down notes. Just ask them to write down notes. Write down the examples. How will you know that they are accountable? Tell your students, picturean nyo, ipadala nyo yung notes sa akin, pwedeng learning na rin yun. Makikita mo kung naintindihan nila yung sinulat nila. Paano mo itetest sila? Okay, the end product. At the end, ano bang gusto mong product nila? Test ba talaga? Paggawa mo na lang kaya ng TikTok video about adding decimals. Pasayawin mo na lang paano gawin yung order of operations. Di ba? Those are the strategies that you could use. And then, let them make their own examples. Let them make their own problems. Paano ipapadala? I-text, i-email. Alright, part 3. Part 3. More tips. Okay, formative assessment. Okay, gawin natin to. Fist to 5. 5, Ram, I understand everything you said. 0, wala akong naintindihan. In between, 4, medyo, 3, 2, 1. Can you show me fist to 5? Naintindihan nyo ba itong sinasabi ko? Pakitaas po ang kamay. 4 ba? 3? Nag-iisip pa si Mariel. Ano kaya? 1 o 0? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, raise your hand. So, that's one way to know if your kids are on task. Hindi lang thumbs up. May degree. 5, naintindihan. Ano pa? Yung chat room. I use the chat room. Use it also. This was mentioned by Mr. Dumaulao, quizzes and Kahoot. Ano pa? What did I write here? Poll everywhere. This was mentioned by Mr. Melvin a while ago. And, of course, I will promote Rampage Math. I have more examples. I cannot show it to you now. Meron din nga ako, okay, what are the topics? 7th grade, 8th grade,
professional development, community, and culture. Yun po ang mga videos ko. And then, meron po akong videos dito for parents and for students naman. Kasi tayo lang marunong gumamit eh. But do they know how to use it? How will their parents support the students? Okay? Tell them to watch these videos. Bigay nyo lang yung link sa kanila. Yan ang diskarte sa paggamit ng radyo. Diskarte sa paggamit ng module. Diskarte sa paggamit ng online. Hindi mo na sila tuturuan paano. These videos will teach them. Take a screenshot. By the way, I'll share this in the Google Classroom. Ito maganda. I already had a collection of 12 or 13 teachers for all over the world. Sinare nila yung best practices nila during remote teaching. In-enumerate nila, and then they even wrote ano yung kapalpakang nagawa nila. Sinare nila yan. Quick quick videos. Okay? So, abangan nyo rin yan doon sa aking webpage. Some of them are math teachers. If you like using YouTube, ito yung mga pinupunta kong YouTube channel. Hindi naman ako lahat ginagawa ko ng video. Yung iba, ginagamit ko yung videos nila. So ito, picturean nyo yan, o kaya mamaya, nasa Google Classroom naman yan. Yan ang mga resources na pwede natin gamitin. Oh, these are extra websites, okay, that you could use. Everything about math for any grade. 60 best math websites. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. Okay? And then I will end with this video, okay? Anong oras na ba tayo? Okay, a little early but that's fine. Para may oras pa tayo. I will end this video.
We have 10 minutes around.
10
10.
minutes.
I mean 8. 8 na lang, 8.
Exacto to, exacto.
8. Oh, we still have a lot of time.
Alright, I will end with this video. Okay. Oh, mag-water break muna kayo. Sandali, ha? So, kanina, I showed you the video of ABS-CBN, di ba? Okay, I'll show you another video of GMA7 naman. Okay, hold on.
To really teach, continue teaching. Ako po ay isang teacher, and for us, we are obliged to really teach, continue teaching. The experience of being quarantined in the house, I think the whole world experiences it. It varies from being an epicenter here in New York. Right now, you're hearing fire trucks, emergency ambulances. Right now, I'm hearing one. Okay, so that means there's something again. There's like people sick. You know, you hear that constantly. It really affects you. It's affecting me physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually probably, physically. Ito, nasa bahay ka lang. You want to go out, you want to socialize, but you can't. Psychologically, you hear the news, you hear the fake news in social media. People reacting, people complaining. If you cannot handle all this stress, it will definitely affect you. And spiritually, it makes you cling more to the Lord. And sometimes you ask the Lord, why is this happening? So your whole totality is affected during this COVID-19 pandemic. I guess the best participation that we have done so far is helping the parish do a live Facebook broadcast of the regular mass, of the services, especially during this Holy Week. And another bayanihan is I text my friends in Facebook, kamusta, email them, talk to them, FaceTime with them. When you reach out to people, especially the senior citizens, yung mga nag-iisa dito sa New York, it really creates a great impact in their lives. Meron pa rin mga kapusong nagre-reach out sa kanila. Ako po ay isang teacher, and for us, we are obliged to really teach, continue teaching. We do remote learning. I prepare lesson plans, I Zoom, I teleconference with my students 3 times a week. Tuloy pa rin ang pagtuturo. Kaya from 8 till 3 o'clock, I'm busy doing academic work. Without that, naku, litong-lito na ako, baka maloko na ako. Take advantage of the situation, mag-bonding na kayo, mag-usap na kayo, yung mga hindi nag-uusap, ayusin na ang mga problema. People are praying for each other. So there's a reason for this. Everybody tries to be proactive now. And of course, number one, umapit sa Panginoon. At this time, siya lang talaga. Wala na tayong panlaban. And we have to cling to the Lord.
All right, with that, I end my sharing. I hope I was able to inspire you guys. And especially, naiyak tuloy ako. Lalo na ngayon po, mahirap magturo, talagang we are challenged. Give your best kasi the students are our future. Okay, yun lang po. Thank you. Okay, Anne, I can't hear you. Let me unmute you, Anne.
Sorry about that. Thank you so much for sharing. And I see our teachers are wiping off their tears right now also. I know you did not mean to cry that when you were sharing that last video that really moved us. This is one of the reasons, teachers, that we're sharing this out of being grateful that we are still alive and healthy. We want to do something for our fellow teachers and our fellow Filipinos and our, fellow human beings. Remember, this is pandemic time and we are still trying to do our best to work and, help each other. Thank you so much, Sir Emil. Can we just please give a hand to Sir Emil, please? Very inspiring. I have been looking at the chat box.
Thank you
There's a
po.
lot of good words for him. Thank you so much, sir. Oh, there. Tingnan nyo. Oh, see? There's a lot of thumbs up and clapping of hands on our reactions. Thank you so much. With that being said, I know you're very and highly satisfied with the presentation of Sir Emil, but if you still have any questions or anything, we have Teacher Dara and Teacher Edward who will be reading all your comments.
There's a question. How long are you doing synchronous class?
All right, synchronous is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And ang turo is just 20 minutes. Okay? Kahit na naka-allot yan sa schedule ng bata, I have to be with them for 50 minutes, but the teaching is only 20 minutes. After the 20 minutes, it's their work time. They work on their own. Minsan offline na, sige na, you're on their own. You work on your own or stay in the Zoom at yung mga nagstay, yun ang tutulungan ko pa. Okay? 3 times a week, tas tig 20, 30 minutes, mahaba na po yun.
And then they're asking also if there's a grade 6 or grade 10 lessons in Rampage Math.
Yeah, some of the lessons kasi po, medyo advanced yung ibang lesson namin. Meron ng mga transformation doon. The highest, may mga algebra na rin, system of linear equation. I have some basic grade 6, ratio, proportion. You'll see some of them. Pero hindi po lahat nandyan, ha. Feel free to watch the other videos of math teachers. Pero ang style ko lang po, probably what you want is my style. Minsan may patawa, minsan nagtatagalog ako or what. Ay, hindi. English pala yung mga estudyante ko. Pero may mga videos ng Tagalog.
Nakukuha din yung attention nila, sir, pag nagtatagalog ikaw. Sabi lang, what? What was that? Any other questions? So please make
There's another one here.
The info that would be posted in the Google Classroom, right?
Yeah, okay. Can I use an ordinary external webcam as my second camera?
Okay. I haven't tried that, pero pwede yon. Basta may USB siya, ikabit mo dun sa cellphone mo, ay sa laptop mo, if it has a USB connector, and then pagdating mo na sa Zoom, you could say, use another camera. It will automatically detect it. If not, just experiment. Lahat naman to, alam nyo, natutunan namin through experiment. Try, guess, that's a math strategy, right? Guess and check, di ba?
All right, any more?
I can't find any. unless I miss some. Yeah. Mostly they're inspired by your presentation.
Thank you
It's
po.
morely on greetings.
And as I said, equity po yan. Ha? When I presented it, it's not just using a document camera. Kung papel at pencil lang ang pwede mong gamitin, that's also equity for teachers. I also think of teachers. Hindi naman lahat ng resources meron tayo. As I said, yung lumang Manila paper na ginamit nyo na ng 6 years, halukayin nyo. Pwede nyo pang gamitin yon, i-video nyo lang sarili nyo.
Any more questions? I know I see a lot of comments there, inspiring messages for Sir Emil.
Basahin ko lahat yan mamaya.
Yes, many of us haven't been able to join the session 1. All right, if you have any concerns with session 1, please just, inform your coordinator and what happened. Kasi wala na po tayong magagawa sa session 1 po. Natapos na po yun.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, they were asking before, I remember, the document viewer, where can they buy it? But Fatima Espinosa answered, my document camera sa Shopee. Hindi ko alam kung saan ang Shopee.
Sabi na lang, shop.
Nasa 2K plus. What is Shopee?
Online, ma'am.
Hindi ko na
Online.
sorry,
hindi
okay.
ko nasanay sa
Ay,
Philippines.
nakita ko kanina, may naglagay ng price, 2,000 to 8,000 daw. Nakita ko
okay.
yun. Yes.
Kasi ito yung mga portable yung tanyo, na-fold into maliit.
I like that, sir.
Dadala mo kahit saan. Tapos dinala ko rin yung sa school, pero ang laki masyado.
Pag aano tayo niyan, sir, next year, hopefully, may balikturo na. We will bring that to the Philippines and give it as a giveaway. That would be very...
We're
Right?
giving it, we always give that.
Oh, I did not
Yes,
know.
yes,
That's not part
namimigay
of it.
tayo.
That's so nice.
If you attend our international convention, ito po ang abangan nyo. Miss Dara, can you explain what is the international convention?
Oh, it's a conference for all teachers. But I don't know, it will always be held here in New York. It could be in the Philippines during summertime when we do the Balikturo. Because we are, by the way, we are promoting our new membership there in the Philippines. So if you're a member, then you're allowed to join the conference. So the conference is like, just like this one, a webinar, but one-on-one.
Yeah.
And during that time, we also have a lot of freebies. So if there's no COVID, we go there to the Philippines and we do a lot of freebies like, drawing, document viewer, TI-84 calculators, USBs.
O si VJ, kilala ko si VJ, umattend yan last year. Hi VJ.
Hindi pa nakaget over si Ma'am Dara, oh. Thank you so much. Yes. Oh, document camera is 2,000 to 3,000. All right. Yes, we will have an evaluation. It's supposed to be at 10:50, but since we finished like way ahead of time, marami pa tayong oras, I think host Teacher Melvin will be able to put that in a minute. Oh, merong question, ma'am. Education, ano yun? Educational equity is fairness. And what is the other one, sir, ma'am? Educational equity and what's the other one?
Equality yung isa. Yung equality, pare-pareho lang sa lahat. Pero in our situation, iba-iba sa Philippines eh. It should be equity. Katarungan. Yan ang katarungan. Iba-iba ang tugon natin sa pangangailangan ng mga kabataan depende sa kanilang sitwasyon.
There you go. So 1 more minute, we will open the chat box in 1 more minute. And after that, Teacher Melvin will put in the link and close the chat box para hindi po matabunan. Okay? So my timer's up for 1 more minute.
Bonus nyo na lang sa akin, dun po sa aking YouTube channel, there are more information that you could watch. Just subscribe and then like those videos, share it to your friends, bonus na po 'yon. Thank you po.
Yes, we will try to make Sir Ramil viral para sabi ni Sir Ramil kanina, kahit boses ipis. Ayan, pwede. Take away ko 'yon. At hindi man tayo maging mayaman sa pera ng doing all this YouTube stuff for our students and our parents and our co-teachers. We know it by heart na mayaman tayo sa puso in sharing what we know. And it's not only us here, teacher, dito what we know here to our fellow Filipino teachers. Kayo din po dyan. You're one of the lucky ones. Ang dami pong gustong mag-register. They heard about the first batch and they said, oh, maganda yung mga ng speaker ng AFTA. We would try. But they were not invited or wala silang chance to join. Especially the first day natin nung Monday nung nag-live tayo, mas marami tuloy na nag-ask, paano makasali? Wala na po tayong registration. So, we have the seeds on you, teachers. So, hopefully, ma-share nyo din yan. Diba po? All right. Evaluation link is on the chat box. And chat box is formally closed. Thank you so much. And while waiting for that, we have our... Yes. So, sir, I saw that also earlier, your presentation, your PowerPoint, or your slides, would it be in the Google Classroom?
It's mostly the resources, the links and the links and the tips, but the actual PowerPoint, wala po doon. I will post ito po, ni-record ko, I will post this in Rampage Math. The whole lecture will be in Rampage Math.
Alrighty. Ayan. So,
sumasagot na sila. Mukhang mga serious na, no?
Seryoso na kasi evaluation time na, sir.
Oh.
So, umabot po tayo ng 378 kanina, which is so good. Oh, eto pala, mayroon akong nakita kanina. To those who are not able to attend, please relay them by echoing. Also, I saw that earlier sa chat box na if they are gonna use another Zoom connected to the Zoom that you are in po, ano po doon ang main Zoom or host? Saka hindi po ba nag-feedback? Ayun, nakita ko pala yan kanina. Sir Ram could not hear me. Can you hear me, Sir Ram?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so kung dalawa po daw po yung camera nila na connected sa Zoom, hindi po ba mag-feedback?
Ilo-lower volume mo yung cellphone. Yung main, you're using your laptop as your main Zoom camera, but the other one which is picking up the your writing, yun ang naka-low volume. Just experiment. Okay?
One more question. Sir, usually the module provided answer keys. Do we need to give the answer keys to the students?
Oh, so it's provided na. So the copy ng estudyante, may answer key ba or wala? That's my question.
Corazon, the question is from Corazon Rabara.
Mm-hmm. Kung the best naman po is may answer key sa likod. Alam nyo, this is also a time to test their values. Di ba we're teaching value education? So that's why you have to give a letter to yung video sinabi ko, give a letter to your parents and to your students. Nasa kanila na yun kung kopyahin nila yung answer key. Sino bang malulugi? Sila. And if you talk to the parents, pwede mong i-assign nga yan eh. Parents, kayo po ang taga-check ng answer key. O kaya yung answer key, ito ang strategy. Kung nasa likod ang answer key, i-staple nyo, i-seal ninyo. Okay? Para yung magulang lang ang makakabukas ng answer key. Something like that. Be creative. And then, kung parents lang ang mag-check, parents lang mag-check. And kung dayain ng parents, sino dinadaya nila, di ba?
That's right. So before we end this one, we have our picture taking. So I'm going to put it in my gallery view. And let's see how many pages we have here. So it's time for you to smile. We have 15 pages. So to those whose cameras are closed, you can turn it open now. Hopefully you are done with your evaluation. So I am now going to take a picture. Ayan, nandiyan na si Sir Ram sa page 1.
Don't forget the hashtag kung magpo-post kayo. We wanna see behind the scenes din.
May nakita ako, sir. Ipopost ko mamaya. Teka lang. Eto na, page 1. Smile. Ayan. Page 2. Here you go. Page 3. Hindi ko alam kung saan kayo ha. Basta page 4.
Ibahin nyo posing nyo para hindi nyo alam saan.
Page 5. Ayan.
Sarang
Alarm na. Page 6.
Sarang
Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Ang dami nang nag-open ng camera, oh.
Do you think
Page
everyone's done with their
10.
evaluation?
Are they done? Ayan na. Page
I will
11.
turn on the chat box now.
Sorry, ano po yun, ma'am?
I'll turn on the chat box so they can, if they have
Yes.
still questions. Okay.
We have 10 minutes and
Okay.
we can turn on the chat box. Thank you so much. If you are done with your evaluation, you can check on your reaction in the bottom. You can have a thumbs up in there or clap. There you go.
Oh, there's a question for Saram. Can we have a copy of your PowerPoint presentation? I think she answered this.
Nasa YouTube ho lahat, ilalagay natin.
Okay.
Kaya if you wanna share the whole talk to your friends, bigyan nyo lang yung link. Ito, panuorin mo. Yan. And pag nasa YouTube na, yung picturean nyo or what, pero yung mga links na binigay ko, it's separate in Google Classroom po.
Ala, somebody did not get the evaluation link. Can we lodge that
I'll
again?
post it
Wala
again.
ulit. Tabunan na.
I'll repost.
Tabunan na. Nag-open na kasi tayo.
I'll close the chat box and then I'll post this one.
Pwede ba akong humingi ng isa or dalawang reaction lang, sir? To those who cried earlier, bakit po kayo umiyak? Pwede nyo pong i-unmute yung sarili nyo.
I wanna hear.
Just a little sharing. Just a little sharing. Yeah. Teacher Melvin, can they unmute themselves now? Just one at a time lang po. Meron bang
You want me
brave
to turn
po?
that on?
Yeah. Isa lang.
Okay.
Or
Unless tayo mag-unmute.
Okay, I turn it on. They can unmute themselves now.
Pakilala po kayo.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
I am very inspired of your presentation. Thank you so much.
That's Jesselyn Dado talking.
Bata-bata ni Jesseline, we need young teachers. Thank you for
Yes,
becoming a teacher.
I'm only 22.
Wow. 21 ako nung nag-start, so that's the perfect stage. Great.
Thank you,
Edad pala kami.
sir.
Next. Ayan, mag-raise muna ng hand. Tingnan natin. Meron ba?
Oh, we wanna hear it from you naman. Naubos na boses ko kanina eh.
Oo, Ma'am Gina. I saw you crying earlier, Ma'am Gina Ruth Garciano. Pwede mo bang i-unmute yung self mo? Ayan, I'm calling out names na.
Ma'am
Meron
Gina,
pa po kasi tayong 7 minutes. Ayan, pwede pa tayong mag-open ng ating mic.
huwag pa kayo aalis ha.
May
Nag-smile na
nag-raise
lang
hand
kami.
din.
Saan na ba? Hindi ko nakikita kasi.
Si Lisa. You want to say something, Lisa? Lisa Maseren. And Marites Pataksil.
You can share yung yung pwede nyong gamitin mula dun sa napakinggan nyo. Ayan, kunyari, gusto ko yung whiteboard, gagamitin ko yan. Come on, share it. Napaka-shy naman ng
Hello, good morning.
Yes,
Ayan,
ayan.
Ayan.
Good
Si
morning.
Naomi.
Naomi Hes po. So, thank you very much, sir. So, I am very, very impressed and amazed of the humility that you have. No, hilak sa kani. Yeah. Sir, yung sa cellphone, I get the idea already na ipatong bitaw siya. Yung the meter stick.
Yan.
Maybe I will use a yarn like that. I don't want to cry. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for touching our lives.
Mag-experiment ka na para pagdating ng
Yes, sir.
expert ka na. Tapos
Thank
record
you,
ka na ng
sir.
videos mo.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless. Salamat.
And that was good. Thank you. Oy, okay lang din magpakita ng ano nga tawag doon? Basta. Pwede lang din magpakita ng emotions naman.
In YouTube pala, you chat with me, I engage. Pag naglagay ka ng comment, sumasagot. Matyaga po ako, sumasagot ako.
Yan. Here you go. So, you have your evaluation. Thank you for completing that one. And it looks like they are all done.
Okay na. We're good.
Okay na tayo. You gave us flowers. Ay, may nag-raise ng hand. Si Madam Glory
Si Madam
Lee.
na lang, si
Ay,
Madam.
nagbabay ba? Nagbabay o nag-raise ng hand? Nag-raise ng hand. You can unmute yourself, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ayan na si Ma'am Glory Lee.
Ma'am,
Good morning, everyone. I am from
Right
the
there.
city. This is my 20 years of teaching, and my concern before was, the use of gadgets would be very much challenging for us. But with you, I thank you so much.
Lagi. Lagi ko. Manghilak man
kahit
sila.
gusto niya ako, i-translate sa amin.
She's still talking.
You don't need expensive
Yes.
for us to teach.
Okay.
That's
Alright,
the most
na-translate
important
now,
thing.
sir.
Hindi
Everybody-
kailangan mahal.
Oh, yes. There. You got it. Now you understand.
And then, di ba remember, the teacher is the best visual aid. Kayo po ang the best.
Thank you so much, Teacher Glory Lai de Guzman. Ayan.
Thank you, ma'am. Naiyak tuloy ako sa iyo ulit. Ano ka ba naman?
Wala na pang nag-raise ng hand. I am looking at my pages here.
Raise na ha.
Gutom na yata sila.
Paniod ko na.
Kaya nakatunga nga. Kauna. Ano bang ulam natin?
Saya sa amin. Kakairit.
Sige,
Ay, may nag-raise hand. Si Ma'am. Wait 1 second. Si Ma'am Jeriza Lumarda.
last.
Wait. Meron pang isa. Last one na lang. Si Ma'am Jeriza. Ma'am, naka-unmute ka na po.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Ma'am Jeriza, yes.
We're here a good internet connection to join the webinar. And we really learned a lot from you. Thank you.
You're welcome po. Salamat.
Looking forward sir, for another series of seminars from you. Looking forward, hopefully, sir, in the future.
Salamat po. Yes, we will. Sabihin ko sa AFTA, mag-prepare lagi ng ganito.
Okay.
All right. I know you are so willing to talk. And we hear you there. You may, gusto nang kumain ng lunch.
Sige.
So again, we'll end this session. Very fruitful, inspiring, emotional, informative. Thank you so much to our host, Teacher Melvin, to our coordinator in the chat box, Teacher Dara and Teacher Edward, and most especially we are very proud of you, sir. So, hindi pala namin alam, nasa ABS tsaka GMA pala ikaw. So, we are so proud. Now we can tell our friends, our speakers, very, sikat. Ayan. And we're so proud of you, Teacher Ramil, and continue inspiring others and helping us in sharing everything that you know. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dara.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
Salamat,
Emily. Salamat,
Sir Ram.
Bye. Walang manada.
Thank you.
Bye.
Sir Ram.
Thank you.
Looking forward for more webinars
Shout out.
with you, sir.
God bless.
Bye, sir.
Thank you. Now,
Kusibak.
bye na. Teacher Melvin, what
Bye-bye.
4, 3, 2.
Thanks, Ramil.
You're welcome. Bye, BJ. Vivian. Ma'am Cecilia.
Kares.
Naomi, salamat. CTU. Daisy, bye. Yeah. Justin, ayos ba tayo dyan? Roberto, ayos ba tayo dyan? Mr. Angeles. Mr. Angeles, okay po. Roberto, okay lang? Lowell, okay lang tayo dyan? Miss Jennifer.
Sir, thank you,
Joanne, thank you. Roxanne.
Heard your voice,
Very
Anelo.
okay, sir. Thank you for inspiring.
Welcome, Joel. Roberto, okay ba? Felix, sige
Thank
po.
you.
Mr. Mario.
Thank you,
Consortia.
sir.
Thank you,
Consortia.
sir. Thank you,
Rosie.
sir.
Ganda ng background mo, Rosie. Ang yaman mo, ha?
Thank you,
Okay, Vivian, bye. Joanne, Analu.
Thank you, sir.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
sir.
Sige po, paalam. Okay,
See you
puntahan niyo yung
next.
Google Classroom, ha? May pinost ako doon.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome. Sige po.
Wala na ata si Sir Melvin. Iniwan na
Okay,
siya.
wala na. Mag-off na yon.
Hindi close yung
Keep safe
Zoom,
po sa
sir.
lahat.
Kaya
Keep safe
mag-off
po.
na ito eh. Pag in-off na ni Melvin, off na tayong lahat.
No, Melvin's
Andyan
still
pa
here.
pala siya. Sige, bye-bye.
Yung iba nasa ano no, nasa school.
No?
Nasa school yung iba nasa bahay. Required ba kayo sa school pumasok?
Oh,
Yes
yung iba
po,
sa kanila
nasa
required sir.
school.
Oo. Tsaka libre internet sa school eh, di ba?
Skeleton po.
Tama.
Skeleton.
Lubos-lubusin nyo, libre sa...
Libre po yung internet, sir.
Tama.
Very much unlimited.
Oo. Sabay Facebook na rin habang nagla-lunch.
Walang internet sa school.
Habang nakikinig, nag-Facebook.
Mag-post kayo ha, hanapin ko yung post nyo.
lang.
Mga patubig lang.
sir. Thank you.
Okay, mag-post kayo sa Facebook, hashtag AFTA Balikturo 2020. I will look at your pictures.
Bye-bye po lahat. We close na to.
Okay, bye. Get well.
Ellen Joy. That is Ellen Joy.
Thank you.
Screenshot. More topic, Ramil. More topic, please.